What's up, everybody? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel, and it's time for another concert review. Last night, September 22nd, I finally got to see one of my current favorite bands. It's a band that I've been talking about pretty much nonstop for the last 2 years in my videos. If you've been watching me for long, you've heard me talk about this band a number of times. But I finally got to see Savage Master. So we'll get into them in just a sec. But there were four bands playing last night. Unfortunately, I missed the first two. My wife and daughter were going out of town last night, and I didn't want to leave until they were safely on the road. And I wanted to help pack the car and whatnot. So I missed the first two bands. I didn't get to the venue until about 10:15. But the main band, other than Savage Master, that I wanted to see had just taken the stage, and I did get to see most of their set, and that band is Death of Kings. I've heard a lot about them from other local bands, and I've wanted to see them for a little while now. I'm glad I finally saw them. I really dug them. Highly recommend you check these guys out. But this is their current EP, Regicidal. And again, the band's name is Death of Kings, and this is a 4-track demo. Really good thrash. I was really blown away by their live show. I probably listened to this 4 or 5 times in a row today while I was driving around running errands. So really good band, though. I picked up a couple extra copies, so a couple of you out there will be receiving copies of this demo in the mail. And I know you guys will love it. And I'll put some links down below so that you can get some stuff from this band as well, or check out the band, and I recommend buying that album. Let's go ahead and I got a couple of videos of them playing, so let's go ahead and put those in right here. Again, that was Death of Kings from here in Atlanta, Georgia. Again, I plan on seeing them again. They were great. They packed the house. I was actually shocked when Savage Master came on. Apparently, a good portion of the people that were there to see Death of Kings. I don't know why they didn't stick around, because they missed a killer show. Savage Master, amazing. Again, I've talked about them quite a bit. Their newest album with Whips and Chains came out a couple of months ago. It's definitely my top 3 for favorite album of the year. It's actually tied at number 2 right now with the new release from Bat, which I've also talked about at great length lately. If you haven't checked out Bat, check out their new album as well. But Savage Master is just killer traditional metal. I've mentioned this before. They're kind of a modern take on what Acid was back in the early 80s. Just a really cool mix of traditional metal and speed metal. And they just keep getting better and better. you know, most bands' second album is their worst album in their catalog, and not only did Savage Master come with a good second album, they came with an album that was better than their first album, and the first album kicked ass. So again, I've wanted to see them for a while. They played here about 2 months ago, and I've mentioned this in a video before. We had a real bad storm come in, and my daughter, who's 6, started crying that she didn't want me to go out in the storm. So I didn't go see the band, and I was kicking myself for it. I've been kicking myself for it ever since then. And then the news hit, or I found out a few weeks ago that they would be playing tonight, and I wasn't going to miss them. Or I'm sorry, last night, excuse me. And I wasn't going to miss. Actually, and my ears are actually still ringing from the show. But again, Savage Master, killer band. The real force behind the band is the guitarist Adam Neal. He does most of the writing. Stacy Savage, or Stacy Peak, is her real name. Also does some co-writing, but Adam's really the force behind the band. He's been in a number of bands before. The biggest band he's been in was Nashville Pussy. He was with them for a short time. I believe he played drums in that band, but he does most of the writing here. And man, he just does a great job. And performance, he does his performance is killer as well. I got to talk to Adam a little bit after the show. Really nice, really personable guy, really easy to just walk up to. We had a pretty good conversation. I was able to meet Stacy afterwards. She manned the merch booth, and I really love bands that do that. So few bands these days come out and spend time with the crowd after their show, and I was there for a good 30 or 40 minutes talking to the members of the band after the show. So I mean, they were really out there with the people, and I thought that was really cool. Like I said, so many people just or so many bands just disappear into the back behind the stage after shows, and you never see them. But so I had brought along my my yellow vinyl copy of their newest album, and I don't know how well you can see it, but got it signed by the band. Again, if you haven't picked this up yet, this is their newest album with Whips and Chains. It was put out by High Roller. If you've watched my videos long enough, you'll know that's one of my favorite labels. Again, just a killer album. I'll see if I can find some links below. They mentioned last night that the band's albums have almost sold out, and I know they're getting harder to find because I've had a couple people ask me where to find them. So I'll see if I can find some links where you can get copies of their newest album on vinyl. And I know on CD you can get it from a number of places. Hell's Headbangers is the first one that pops to mind. And I believe they've got a Bandcamp too. If they have a Bandcamp, I'll put a link down below. But let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the videos that I shot last night of Savage Master. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Again, a great band. I'll also put a link for what's left of their tour. I think they're coming to the end of it. But if they've still got dates available, I'll put the link down below. Again, it was Savage Master and Death of Kings. Again, I can't speak highly enough of Savage Master. It's one of my favorite bands. It's probably my favorite band of the last 3 or 4 years. And check them out.